Hey, Kathy, how are you? It's great to see you in Washington. What's with the helmet?
Hey, guess what? We've got a surprise for you.
Well, I don't think I need a helmet to walk around Washington, Kathy.
Oh, yes you do. We're going on a Segway tour.
One of our first stops on our tour was the U.S. Capitol. This is where our U.S. representatives and senators make laws. At one time, this building even housed the Supreme Court. The Capitol building has a large dome above a rotunda in the central section of the building. The House meets on one side of the building and the Senate meets on the other. Construction started in 1793, and over that time, the building has been burnt, rebuilt, extended, and restored.
Then we hopped on our Segways and continued our tour. We rolled down Pennsylvania Avenue and went by one of the newest museums in Washington, D.C., the Newseum. Each morning, they put the front page of the newspapers from each state on display. Mr. McGinley was doing his best to make front page news by texting while riding his Segway. After cruising a bit more through downtown, we made our way to the White House.
Our first president, George Washington, selected the site for the White House in 1791. It took 8 years to finish construction. Every president since John Adams has lived in the White House. It not only serves as the home of the president, it's also a museum of American history. In the White House, there are 132 rooms, 35 bathrooms, and 6 levels. There are also 412 doors, 147 windows, 28 fireplaces, 8 staircases, and 3 elevators.
After the White House, it was time to see the memorial of our 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. If you've seen the back of the $5 bill, you know what the memorial looks like. In the middle, there is a large sculpture of Abraham Lincoln and inscriptions of 2 well-known speeches he wrote, the Gettysburg Address and his second inaugural address. Other famous events have taken place here, including Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech.
And one of our last stops was near the World War II Memorial and the Washington Monument. This memorial was built in 2004 and honors the 16 million people who served in the armed forces of the United States and more than 400,000 who died. The Washington Monument is the most prominent structure in the city and honors our first president, George Washington. Right now, it is closed to the public as they work on fixing damage from an earthquake in 2011. Well, Kathy, that was quite a tour.
It sure was, Brian.
Boy, I hope you enjoyed it.
It was great.
Yes, and I hope you enjoyed it as well and learned a little bit about Washington. We did actually get some work done while we were here in Washington, D.C.
From the state of Minnesota, Deephaven Elementary School.
We went to Washington, D.C. to receive the Blue Ribbon Award. And we did that because of the strong district that we are part of, the Minnetonka Schools, and all of the students, staff, and community members that support the everyday work of our teachers. It is with great honor that we accepted this award in honor of all of Minnetonka Public Schools.